my expert opinion, I guess. I just feel that Crawford has Spence. I literally built his entire career.
Well, it ain't no secret that Oscar De La Hoya is riding with Terence Crawford. But now he's saying not only is he picking Terence Crawford, he says that he's an expert when it comes to Errol Spence. And he says he literally built Errol Spence's entire career. Man, where have I been? Have I been in the hyperbaric chamber sleeping for the last 10 years? We gonna talk about it in this video, but before I do that, make sure that you hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed, and I'm gonna let y'all hear everything that Oscar had to say. Now, like I said, it ain't no secret that Oscar De La Hoya been riding with Terence Crawford because Errol Spence don't F with him. Errol Spence didn't let Oscar De La Hoya know on plenty of separate occasions, I don't F with you. And we remember when Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, they was having a little back and forth when the contract negotiations fell out. And who was the first one that hopped in some business that had nothing to do with him or his promotional company? Oscar De La Hoya did it. All good old fishnets. He jumped in the middle with his pom-pom talking about, I'm on Bud Crawford's side. Let's go, Terence Crawford. Let's go, Bud. Yeah, Bud. Let him know, Bud. Tell him, Bud. You know, with his pom-poms. And immediately I said, this man is trying to sign Terence Crawford. And what did we see right after that? Not too long after that, you seen Oscar De La Hoya and Bud Crawford. They had a big meeting and Oscar was trying to sign Bud Crawford. That didn't go too well because Al Heyman was offering them more money for an Errol Spence fight. That's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? Bud was searching around for a bag and Oscar De La Hoya, he wasn't gonna pay him. We all know that Oscar De La Hoya, what black fighter does he actually pay? That's a whole different story in itself. But Oscar, he must be on that good old candy white girl again. You know what I'm saying? He must be playing with his nose excessively again. Now Oscar De La Hoya is claiming that he is the reason that Errol Spence is where he's at today. He said that he's built Errol Spence's whole career. Let me run that back for y'all, and I'm gonna play y'all the audio. He says that he's built up Errol Spence's whole career. Now, like I said in the beginning, I must have been somewhere sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber for the last 10 years because I honestly don't know where I was at. I must have missed something. I must have missed a whole lot. Now, Errol Spence, he did begin his career with Golden Boy, but nobody knew who Errol Spence was when he was a Golden Boy fighter. I knew who he was because I knew him, you know, throughout the Olympic trials, and I knew people from the Dallas area that was putting me up on EJ, you know what I'm saying, before he turned pro. But he turned pro in around late 2012, you know, 2013. Let's say he turned pro in 2013. By 2015, he was fighting for the PBC. And the general public didn't even know who Errol Spence was until he started fighting on the PBC. Until the PBC started showcasing Errol Spence on NBC. Before that, Oscar De La Hoya, he wasn't showcasing none of his up-and-coming young black fighters. Oh, you don't believe me? Well, Errol Spence will tell you that. Errol Spence didn't check Oscar De La Hoya on plenty of occasions. He said, I will never go over to Golden Boy because when you had me as a fighter under your roster, you ain't give me no shine. Matter of fact, not only me, you didn't give Deontay Wilder no shine. You didn't give the Charlos no shine. You didn't give no black fighters on your roster no type of shine. That's why when they got a chance to all leave you and go with Al Heyman, they didn't have no problem going with Al Heyman. Now, I know a lot of y'all mad. I know a lot of y'all mad listening to this. Oh man, you always gotta make it about race. It ain't about race. I'm just telling y'all the facts of the situation. So y'all can go put that in your pipe and smoke it and do whatever you want to with it. But this dude, Oscar, man, he's delusional. And yeah, he's riding with Terence Bud Crawford, but I think most of the reason he's riding with Bud is not because he's saying that Bud is better and all of that. It's because he has a personal vendetta against Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence has got on his helmet on multiple occasions, letting him know, like I said before, that he don't F with him. If he didn't have a personal vendetta against Errol Spence, he wouldn't have hopped in the conversation, right, and started putting up his pom-poms for Terence Crawford when Bud and Errol Spence was going back and forth on Twitter. Y'all remember? Oscar De La Hoya feels some type of way, and he has a vendetta against all of the fighters that left him and went to Al Heyman. You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't their fault that you wouldn't promote them. They was doing what they had to do in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Looking spectacular, getting knockouts. And you didn't want to promote them. Just like Errol Spence told you before. You didn't want to promote him when you had him and none of the other black fighters. Not only did Errol Spence come out and say this, Deontay Wilder came out and said it, and both of the Charlo twins came out and said it. But anyway, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play the clip for you and let y'all hear exactly what Oscar De La Hoya had to say about the fight between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence and what he had to say about EJ. Here go the clip.
I love Crawford. I still love Crawford. I mean, it's going to be a great fight. I love Crawford. I just feel, you know, my expert opinion, I guess. I just feel that Crawford has more tools in his arsenal. I strongly feel that Crawford is just a little more agile. He moves around a bit better. Spence, don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. I love his style. I mean, I literally built his entire career from the start. I literally built his entire career from the start.
God damn, that's some real good cocaine.
I mean, I literally built his entire career from the start.
Oscar, where'd you get that goddamn cocaine from?
So I know exactly what style he has and how he moves, and yeah, I love Crawford for the win.
Well, tell us how much you really do love Crawford. That man said he loved Crawford about 4 or 5 times. That's too many I loves for me. It sounds like Mr. Fishnet's love go deeper than boxing for Terence Crawford, but don't let me talk about it. I ain't gonna get into that. Pause. And just a little FYI for Oscar De La Hoya, Bud Crawford don't roll like that. Anyway, like I said, y'all heard it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to hear it for yourself. That man is claiming that he built Errol Spence's entire career from the beginning all the way to right now. So Errol Spence must have a secret contract with Golden Boy, and Errol Spence must be fighting under the Golden Boy Promotions, but we don't know because they just put it on Showtime for some reason. They just put it on NBC before for some reason. I don't know. Like I said, I must have been asleep somewhere in a coma for the past 10 years. But also, you could tell the love that he has for Terence Bud Crawford. And y'all can see that he is wishing and praying and hoping that he can sign Bud after Bud gets done with what he's doing with the PBC. He's still leaving the door open for Bud. But if this video don't do anything else for you, it shows you how delusional Oscar De La Hoya really is. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. I want to hear from y'all. And don't forget to hit my like button. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. And hating is a disease. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.
Leaning to the right with the bass up loud. I slide, glide, choking on that knee.
2 miles per hour, so everybody see.